Gentlemen, imagine for a moment that your body, the same one that's carried you through decades of challenges, victories, and quiet endurance, is trying to tell you something. It's subtle at first: slower mornings, less drive, weaker confidence in moments that once came effortlessly. You might shrug it off, call it aging, or assume it's all part of nature's plan. But what if one overlooked area of your body, smaller than the palm of your hand, could quietly hold the key to restoring energy, vitality, and the very foundation of your physical confidence? And what if the solution wasn't in a prescription bottle or a piece of complicated gym equipment, but in a simple natural practice that you could do at home, with nothing more than a small amount of castor oil and a few focused minutes of your attention each day? This may sound unconventional, perhaps even surprising, but science increasingly reveals that circulation, nerve health, and hormonal balance depend on far more than just diet and exercise. They are governed by a series of deeply interconnected systems: vascular, neurological, and muscular, that can weaken with time but can also be reawakened through the right stimulus. Among men over 50, the most common frustrations are not just physical but psychological. A sense of decline in strength, in energy, and in the ability to perform can quietly erode confidence. Yet, the reality is not one of inevitable loss. The human body remains remarkably adaptable. With care, intention, and a basic understanding of physiology, it can rediscover equilibrium even after years of neglect. There exists within the male anatomy a small yet powerful region that plays a crucial role in the mechanics of blood flow, sensation, and arousal. It's an area most men ignore completely: the perineum, the soft stretch of tissue between the scrotum and the anus. To the untrained eye, it may seem insignificant, but anatomically, it is a control hub linking some of the most vital structures responsible for circulation, nerve signaling, and muscular coordination in the pelvic region. Beneath this small patch of skin lies the bulbous spongiusus muscle, the pudendal nerve, and a network of arteries and veins that determine how efficiently blood is trapped and released during arousal. As men age, these tissues begin to lose elasticity and tone. The muscle that once clamped blood inside the penis weakens, the nerves that once transmitted signals with lightning speed begin to dull, and the tiny vessels that feed the area become sluggish under the weight of chronic inflammation, sedentary habits, and reduced hormonal support. It is here, in this overlooked space, that castor oil, a simple, natural substance derived from the seeds of the Ricinus communis plant, shows remarkable potential. For centuries, castor oil has been used in traditional medicine as an agent of healing and detoxification, but modern research helps explain why it can be so effective. The oil's key component, ricinoleic acid, exhibits powerful anti-inflammatory, circulatory, and lymphatic benefits. When applied topically, it penetrates beyond the surface, interacting with receptors in the skin and underlying tissues to reduce inflammation, stimulate blood flow, and activate the body's own repair mechanisms. It's not magic. It's chemistry, simple biochemistry that aligns with the body's natural design. Men over 50 face a distinct set of physiological challenges. Testosterone gradually declines by about 1% each year after the age of 30. Arteries lose flexibility, making it harder for blood to reach and stay within the erectile tube. Nerves in the pelvic area, often compressed by years of sitting or muscle tension, become less sensitive. The result is a cascade of changes: erections that are weaker or shorter-lived, sensation that feels dulled, and an overall decline in sexual vitality. Pills and medical devices can provide temporary relief, but they rarely address the core issue: the health and responsiveness of the tissues themselves. This is where a localized, natural method can make a profound difference. When castor oil is gently massaged into the perineal area, it does more than moisturize. It soothes microinflammation within the muscles, allowing them to regain flexibility. It improves the tone of the bulbous spongiusus, helping it to trap blood more effectively. It nourishes the nerves of the pudendal pathway, gradually restoring their ability to carry pleasure signals, and it supports better lymphatic drainage, which clears away cellular waste and toxins that accumulate with age. Over time, these combined effects help restore function in a way that feels natural, not forced. Men often report a return of warmth and sensation in the area within days, followed by gradually stronger and more consistent responses as weeks pass. The process itself is simple, but intention and consistency are key. Before beginning, the area should be clean and dry. A small amount, about a teaspoon of pure, cold-pressed, unrefined castor oil, is sufficient. It's best to warm the oil slightly by rubbing it between the palms or placing the bottle in warm water for a few minutes. Warmth enhances absorption and promotes relaxation. Then, using gentle yet firm circular motions, the oil is massaged into the perineal area for 2 to 3 minutes. The pressure should be enough to engage the underlying muscle without discomfort. Breathing deeply during the process allows the pelvic floor to relax and encourages better oxygenation. After the massage, placing a warm towel over the area for 10 to 15 minutes further amplifies the effect by improving microcirculation and helping the active compounds penetrate deeper. This practice may sound simple, but its impact can be profound. In the first week, men often notice subtle signs: an increase in pelvic relaxation, mild warmth, or tingling that signals revived circulation. After 2 to 4 weeks, many experience stronger morning erections, improved firmness, and greater endurance during intimacy. Beyond the physical, the psychological boost is significant. Renewed confidence often extends into other areas of life, improving mood, motivation, and even posture. By the end of the first month, with consistent application, the entire pelvic region tends to feel more alive and balanced. The benefits, however, are not limited to sexual performance. Because the perineum connects to several muscular and neurological systems, improving its health supports better urinary control, reduced lower back tension, and a general sense of pelvic ease. Men who spend long hours sitting often suffer from stagnant blood flow in this region. The massage, combined with the therapeutic properties of castor oil, acts as a gentle antidote, breaking up stagnation and encouraging mobility at a cellular level. The body thrives on movement and flow. When you restore circulation to a dormant area, you remind the system how to function as it once did. Physiologically, what happens is fascinating. The improved blood flow supplies more oxygen and nutrients to the corpora cavernosa, the twin chambers responsible for erection. Simultaneously, the stimulation of the pudendal nerve enhances the brain-body connection, allowing signals of arousal to travel more efficiently. Over time, this creates a feedback loop where the body begins to self-correct. Just as exercise strengthens a muscle through repeated activation, stimulating this region retrains the neuromuscular network that controls arousal and firmness. Unlike quick fixes, this approach builds a foundation of resilience and responsiveness that lasts. Of course, no method works in isolation. The body functions as an integrated system, and supporting that system holistically produces the best results. Hydration plays a critical role. Blood is roughly half water, and dehydration thickens it, making circulation less efficient. Drinking enough water daily ensures that the arteries and capillaries remain supple and capable of expansion. Nutrition also matters deeply. Leafy greens and beets help increase nitric oxide levels naturally, a compound essential for blood vessel dilation. Healthy fats from sources like olive oil, avocados, and salmon provide the building blocks for testosterone production and cellular repair. Colorful vegetables and berries deliver antioxidants that fight oxidative stress, protecting delicate vascular tissues from aging. Equally important is the activation of the pelvic floor muscles themselves. These muscles, collectively known as the pelvic diaphragm, function as a hammock supporting the bladder, prostate, and erectile tissues. When weak, they fail to maintain pressure and blood retention. Gentle cudgel-style exercises contracting the same muscles you would use to stop urination midstream can strengthen this foundation. Performed for just a few minutes daily, they multiply the benefits of the castor oil massage by improving tone and endurance. Over time, this combination rebuilds both the structure and function of the region, restoring a sense of control and stability. The nervous system's role cannot be overlooked either. Chronic stress tightens the body, narrows blood vessels, and disrupts hormonal harmony. Men under constant tension often find that even when the body is capable, the mind is not fully present to respond. Setting aside time for relaxation, whether through deep breathing, meditation, or a quiet walk outdoors, rebalances the nervous system. It shifts the body from a state of fight or flight to rest and repair, where healing and sexual responsiveness naturally occur. The nightly castor oil massage, when done mindfully, doubles as a form of meditation. It signals to the body that it is safe, cared for, and ready to restore balance. Consistency remains the secret ingredient. Unlike a pill that forces a temporary reaction, this method retrains the body gradually, building endurance and responsiveness through repetition. Every session enhances microcirculation, nourishes nerves, and strengthens the underlying muscles. It's a process of teaching the body to remember what it already knew, to awaken the systems that once worked effortlessly. Within a month, the cumulative effects become unmistakable. Erections return with greater firmness, sensitivity increases, and overall pelvic comfort improves. These results are not coincidences but the outcome of biology responding to gentle, consistent care. In addition to its physiological benefits, this practice carries psychological significance. Aging often brings with it a quiet erosion of confidence. Men begin to internalize the message that their best years are behind them, that decline is inevitable. Yet, experiences like these where consistent effort yields visible, tangible improvement challenge that belief. They remind a man that vitality is not a number on a chart but a state of alignment between body and mind. The simple act of caring for oneself in this deliberate, mindful way rekindles self-respect. It transforms what might seem like a clinical routine into a ritual of restoration. It's important, of course, to use castor oil safely. Only pure, cold-pressed, unrefined oil should be used free from additives, fragrances, or solvents that could irritate the skin. The perineum is a sensitive area, and if there are any cuts, infections, or rashes, the practice should be postponed until healing occurs. Those with allergies can perform a patch test by applying a drop of oil to the forearm and waiting 24 hours for any reaction. Because castor oil can stain fabric, it's wise to place a towel beneath or wear older clothing during application. These small precautions ensure that the experience remains comfortable and beneficial. In rare cases, men may notice mild soreness or fatigue in the pelvic muscles as they begin stimulating areas that have long been inactive. This is normal and usually passes within a few days. However, if pain, swelling, or other concerning symptoms appear, medical consultation is essential. Sometimes, what seems like a performance issue can be a sign of an underlying condition, such as cardiovascular disease, diabetes, or prostate inflammation. The goal of this method is not to replace medical care, but to complement it, addressing functional wellness alongside professional evaluation when needed. It's worth noting that the principles behind this approach align with broader truths about male health. Circulation, nerve sensitivity, and hormone balance are deeply interconnected. By nurturing one, you inevitably support the others. Castor oil, with its natural fatty acids and anti-inflammatory properties, becomes a catalyst for that synergy. It helps open pathways that time and stress have constricted. In doing so, it reintroduces vitality, not through artificial stimulation but through the body's inherent intelligence. The same oil that ancient healers used for pain relief and detoxification continues to demonstrate relevance in the modern age, not as superstition, but as science rediscovered. The true beauty of this practice lies in its simplicity. There is no equipment, no prescription, no dependency. It's a quiet, private ritual of maintenance and renewal. In a world where so many solutions promise quick results but deliver short-term relief, this approach stands apart for its respect toward the body's natural design. It acknowledges that true strength and responsiveness are not achieved through force but through consistent, intelligent support. Over time, this understanding can transform how a man relates to his own body, not as something that is failing him, but as something capable of revival. Imagine approaching each day knowing that your circulation is strong, your energy stable, and your confidence intact. The effect ripples outward into your relationships, your productivity, and your overall outlook on life. Small daily choices accumulate, and the body responds to consistency more than intensity. Hydration, nutrition, exercise, stress control, and targeted care, like the castor oil massage, work together like instruments in an orchestra. When played in harmony, they create a melody of vitality that can last well beyond 50, 60, or even 70 years. The message here is one of empowerment, not dependency. The human body was never designed to decline without resistance. It simply needs the right inputs to maintain its balance. Age does not erase your ability to adapt. It merely asks you to pay closer attention. The perineum, that often ignored control center, serves as a reminder that even the smallest, quietest areas can hold immense influence over well-being. By restoring life to this central hub, you support every system connected to it: vascular, neurological, hormonal, and emotional. For those who commit to this nightly routine, the transformation can be deeply satisfying. It's not just about stronger erections or improved performance, though those are often the first results noticed. It's about reconnecting with the body's innate intelligence, cultivating patience, and rediscovering a sense of vitality that many believed was lost forever. In that way, this practice becomes symbolic a gesture of self-respect and hope. It proves that rejuvenation is possible not through complexity, but through simplicity done well. Over the course of several weeks and months, this approach can yield far-reaching benefits. Improved circulation throughout the pelvic region supports prostate health, reduces swelling, and promotes efficient elimination. Enhanced nerve function restores sensitivity, not only in sexual response, but in balance and coordination. Better hormonal function follows naturally as circulation to the endocrine glands improves. And with every passing week, the sense of empowerment grows stronger. The body begins to trust itself again, and that trust translates into energy, confidence, and fulfillment. The key takeaway is that this isn't a miracle. Curates a method grounded in biology, patience, and self-awareness. The castor oil acts as a messenger, carrying warmth and nourishment into areas long forgotten. The massage acts as the bridge, connecting mind and body through touch and attention. Together, they create a loop of restoration that extends far beyond the physical. The man who takes these few minutes each night to care for himself is making a statement that his health, his vitality, and his confidence are worth the effort. And over time, the body rewards that effort with measurable, lasting improvement. Every stage of life brings its challenges, but also its opportunities. For men over 50, the opportunity lies in rediscovering the wisdom of the body. Rather than chasing instant gratification, this approach embraces the steady rhythm of nature, consistent, patient, cumulative. Castor oil, humble as it may seem, becomes a symbol of that philosophy. Unassuming, affordable, yet profoundly effective when used with care. The body's ability to heal is not lost with age. It only needs to be invited back into motion. So, take this knowledge not as a curiosity but as an invitation. Begin with one simple act. Tonight, warm the oil, find a quiet space, and spend a few mindful minutes reconnecting with this vital part of yourself. With time, the results will speak louder than any claim. The return of vitality, strength, and confidence is not a fantasy. It's the natural consequence of giving your body what it has always needed: attention, nourishment, and consistency. The journey to better performance, stronger erections, and deeper self-assurance is not about fighting time. It's about cooperating with your body's design. Through small, deliberate actions, you can restore what seemed lost and gain even more a sense of harmony that comes from knowing you are in control of your own well-being. Age is inevitable, but decline is optional. Every day offers a choice, and the simplest ones often hold the greatest power. When you commit to caring for this overlooked area with intention, you're not merely maintaining function, you're awakening potential. You're reminding your body how to be vibrant, responsive, and strong. This daily ritual becomes a declaration that you are still capable of growth, still capable of vitality, and still capable of living fully. The years ahead need not be marked by loss, but by renewal. With patience, consistency, and a bit of castor oil, you can rediscover what it means to feel truly alive.